This one. Yeah, we're working on getting everybody connected. Linda Fabi, you also on the telephone tonight?
I am.
Thanks. Beth Jones, I assume you're connected under Chris Jones. Is that you?
Hello, can you hear me, Bill?
Yes, we can hear you. I'm sorry.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure I plugged everything in correctly. Okay.
So Beth Jones, I assume that you're under Chris Jones tonight? Are you there?
I am. Sorry.
It's okay, I can change the designation. Chris Rocco, is that you?
It is I.
It is you, yeah, okay.
See who's here.
All right, so far, Catherine, we have Arts on the line, Beth Jones, Jana, Chris. So I guess that's all the directors.
Okay.
Have the Infomark people and some residents, of course.
Okay, and Jimmy, you're going to be the timekeeper again?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So are we ready to get this going then? We're all here?
I believe so.
Okay. We're going to do things a little differently here. I'm going to turn over agenda item 1, public comments, to Art Madrano, and he's going to run this agenda item.
Bill, do we have everybody on the guest? I think so, right? I have David Flores, Megan Dudo, Michael Willett. Is that the way you pronounce it?
Yeah, he's with Infomark, so he's not.
Oh, okay.
He's not a public commenter.
He's with Touchstone.
I'm sorry, Touchstone. Yes, he's with Touchstone.
That's right. Linda Fab, Beth Jones, Kelly Winkle. Did I miss anybody?
Yeah, there are a few other people
Oh,
on.
Isha. Is that how you pronounce it, Isha?
Hi.
Matthew.
And Stacy Barrett's on the line. Hi, Stacy. She's here for item number 2.
2, right.
Mhm.
Barrett, is that the way? Okay, so far I have David, Megan, Linda, Beth, Kelly, Usha, Matthew Whiting, Stacy Barrett. Correct? Anybody else?
Kelly Wrinkle is on the line.
I think I got her. Kelly.
Yeah,
Okay.
and Beth Jones is now on the board, so.
Oh, that's right. Right. Sorry, Beth. Okay, I'll start with David. Do you want to make a public comment? David Flores?
No, I'm just here to listen.
Okay, so no agenda item either?
No, sir.
Okay. Megan, do you have a public comment?
No, thanks, Art.
Okay. And no agenda item?
No, thank you.
Okay. Linda, any public comment?
Yes, I do have a public comment.
Okay, and agenda items?
Yes, agenda item 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9.
Okay, so let me repeat that. You're going to make a public comment. You're going to go over agenda items 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, correct?
That is correct, yes.
Okay. Kelly, how about you?
I wanted to make a comment on number 2, and then I'm not sure if would be a public comment or on number 8.
Okay, so are you going to make a public comment or just you going to address the agenda items?
I wanted to make a comment on the board paying for legal fees. I don't know what that would fall under. If it
I
would
think
be
that's
number
gonna
8.
be, yeah, number 8.
Okay.
Number 8.
Then no public comment in 2 and 8.
Okay, no public comment in 2 and 8. Okay. Usha, how about you? Public comment?
I have a public comment on number 8.
And do you have any agenda items you want to discuss?
No.
No?
No.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Matthew, do you have a public comment?
I just wanted to make a comment regarding number 8. I don't have a public comment.
Okay. And then number 8 on the agenda, right? Okay, and then Stacy, I know you have an agenda item, but any public comment?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
It looks like Sarah just jumped on the line. So add her to your list, Art.
Sarah. Okay. Sarah Teal. Sarah, do you have a public comment?
I do.
Okay. And do you have agenda items you want to discuss?
I do not.
No?
No.
Okay. All right. Guys, I apologize if I repeat myself, it's because I'm a little hard of hearing. I wear hearing aids, so I'm not ignoring you. I'm just trying to clarify. Okay. All right. So David, you had nothing. You just wanted to listen. Megan, you had nothing. So Linda, why don't we start with you?
Art, before we jump into that, how many public comments do we have and how many agenda items do we have?
There's only 2 public comments, so they get
Okay.
2 minutes apiece.
Yeah.
3 public comments.
Okay.
So they get 2
And-
minutes for your public comment and 2
Yeah.
minutes for the agenda, correct?
How many agenda items do we have?
9.
Okay, you're right. We're good.
Okay. So Linda, can we start with you?
Certainly. Tell me
All
when
right,
you're ready.
Jimmy, you want to see our timer?
I've got it. Go ahead and start.
3 years ago, when I happened upon this group of duly elected officials, I could never have predicted what I would find would lead to discovery of malfeasance on such a grand scale. That this MUD board would claim that violating the 14th Amendment by stealing our property rights was done for the good of the people is unconscionable. You are passing more resolutions tonight that will pay for your individual legal defense and possibly the legal defense of your voluntary neighborhood association, AMWANA. A defense of you having stolen our property rights because you claim it was for our own good, and you're expecting us, the people, to pay for it. That is absurd. You've neglected the real business of the district, furthering your personal agendas, and now your constituents are faced with more bond debt while you waste even more of our tax dollars to defend your intentional personal acts. At what point do you exercise some self-reflection and admit to yourself and the public that what you've done is wrong? There is apparently no limit to these resolutions or what you're willing to spend to defend your actions, as most egregiously demonstrated by what you've spent to withhold public records, $250,000 to date. It is a legitimate question to ask. How much are you prepared to spend to defend what you've done? What's reasonable to defend intentional criminal acts of duly elected officials? Why is there no language in these resolutions that stipulate a repayment of all money when you are found guilty of these charges? As you might imagine, your use of public funds to serve your personal interest does not sit well with me, which is why I am pursuing a criminal investigation into this MUD board's actions, specifically as it relates to the use of public funds for your private interests.
Okay, that's your public comment. Now, which one
That
do you want
is-
to start with? Number 5?
Number 5, please.
Go ahead.
Is the district insured by the Texas Municipal League? I'm asking because I'd like you to explain the scope of the district's liability coverage, including the exclusions. Why are the claims against this MUD board not covered by this insurance? Or are you securing more coverage in order to not exceed the limit given by the multiple simultaneous lawsuits you're facing? This item needs to be fully discussed because several members of the public have expressed they do not want their tax dollars used to defend the intentional wrongful acts of this board and AMWANA.
Okay. Number 6, which case number?
Visible trash cans. How much time and money have you spent to harass this family over the trash cans that were visible on their property over 5 years ago? Where in the Texas Water Code are you given the right to manipulate this family's utility payment record after the fact to make it appear that every payment made for their services for almost 2.5 years went to paid for deed violation fines, even though the payments had already been applied to the water services? It appears that since you figured that you couldn't win in court, you non-suited the case and then targeted this family by falsifying their utility record. Now you claim they owe almost $5,000 for unpaid water. How can you feel justified in doing that? You have targeted this family incessantly for 5 years while enjoying deed violations of your very own, granting exceptions to clearly visible deed violations on your friend's property. Megan Dudo's fire pit is one prime example.
Okay. Number 7, Ethics Commission.
Start.
It's ethics complaint against Louis Zervigon. The resolution to pay for Louis's defense includes an admission of guilt, with his defense being that he did it for the good of the community. Could it be that the district's insurance doesn't cover intentional criminal acts of their insured? This board owes the people an explanation, and there needs to be a resolution that states that if he is found guilty of the charges before him as an intentional tort, he has to pay this district back the legal fees that were paid on his behalf. The taxpayer should not be expected to pay to defend his personal criminal acts.
Okay, and then number 8.
Start.
The discussion of this agenda item needs to include an explanation why the liability insurance that public funds has paid for over 3 decades now is not covering the defense of this board of directors and their actions. The public has a right to know why we should be paying for your legal defense when the actions you took were against us and our property rights and not for the public good.
And then finally, number 9, case number DIGN 20-03773, Linda Fab and Matthew Fab against Travis County Municipal Utility District number 1 in Anderson, Mill West.
Versus MUD and AMWANA. If your attorneys are telling you that you have crossed a line and they are going to have to pull a rabbit out of the hat to defend you, then please do not waste another dime of the people's hard-earned tax dollars. Do the right thing and admit to your wrongdoing. Spare the tax-paying property owners of this district from paying for your sins. If there is a modicum of decency in any one of you, do the right thing for the people you took an oath to serve. I'm done, Art. Thank you.
Okay. All right. The next one on the list is Kelly Wrinkle. Now, you had no public comment, but you did want to address number 2 and number 8. So,
And
go ahead
number
and-
2.
Start.
I wanted to address 2 and 8.
I'm sorry,
It was 2 and 8.
2 and 8, that's correct.
Okay. For number 2, I just wanted to say that I don't mind waiving the park fee for this year for the craft fair because of COVID and circumstances, but I would like to remind that although the fees are going to the charity, that all the vendors are still going to be making a profit, so it's not necessarily a charity event in that sense. That's it.
Okay. Are you complete with number 2?
Yep, that was it.
Okay. And then you said, I'm sorry, you said number 8?
Yes.
Okay.
Start. Go ahead, start.
I don't think that the taxpayers should be liable for paying the legal fees of any board member or the board in general unless found innocent. And then even like in Lewis's case, he's no longer a board member. And from what I gathered last meeting, he will be moving to Louisiana. So he's not even going to be a member of the MUD anymore and not paying into it. So I don't think, unless found innocent, we shouldn't be required to pay the legal fees. That's it.
That's it. Okay. Okay. Next we have Usha. You wanted to make a public comment.
Yeah. In my opinion, directors this board directors should act and represent the community based on the ground rules laid out for them. If the current insurance in place has certain boundaries to back up board actions, then board should follow those while responding making any decisions on the community issues. So if an individual decides to go beyond what the provider agreed to, back them up, then so any expenses or costs that individual is making, so that's solely their decision and they should come out from their pocket, but should not be, from the public funds. That's what my opinion is. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. We had Matthew Whiting. You have no public comment, but do we address the agenda, Catherine, after when we get to it, if he has no public comment?
Yeah, he can go ahead and just make his public comment. Make his agenda item statement.
Okay. All right. So Matthew, you wanted to talk about agenda item 8.
Yes, I do. Ideally, the board, the MUD, has insurance to cover these fees. So it seems like these resolutions are specifically put in place to cover actions should wrongdoing occur. Now, there is language that talks about acting in good faith. And my question is, who is it up to make that determination regarding what good faith is? We have heard many examples of what the board deems speaking and actions in good faith are, and we have heard many residents speak out against that. So my question is, the MUD board members were voted in for the members of the MUD, not necessarily just to protect the board. So when are we going to make the right decision on what good faith actually is? Thank you.
Let's see here. Sarah Teal, you have a public comment, but no agenda items.
Start.
Sarah, you're on mute. I don't know if you know that. Sarah Teal? Okay, you want to go back to her when she gets back? She might be away from the computer or something.
And just move on and circle back. That's fine.
Yeah, let's move on. Okay, so remind me to circle back to Sarah when she gets back. Okay, I think we're complete with the public. Did I miss anybody? Let's see, Stacy. I don't think I did. Got Linda. Okay, and we're waiting on Sarah. So let's move on to the agenda items. And Catherine, you want to take it over from here?
Well, hold on. Wait a minute. She just came back. Sarah.
Sorry, I had to go attend to my kids.
Okay, go ahead and Jimmy, give her the signal.
Start.
As a resident who has paid taxes in this MUD district for more than a decade, I am completely appalled at how money from my family's pocket is being used. It is almost unbelievable to me that the members of this board would vote to use public funds collected from our neighborhood for the legal defense of their own personal bad acts. If the pre-existing insurance that our tax dollars have already bought for the directors does not cover them, it is a clear indication that they have done something that lies outside of the scope of their office, and it is blatantly self-serving to dive into public funds for defense. This board wants to paint the picture that there is a problem with the insurance, but that is misleading. No insurance carrier would cover these intentional actions taken by the members of this board. That is why they must use a resolution to open up the MUD's pocketbook to pay for these expenses. Unfortunately, we are faced in both the federal and local government with officials that believe they are above the law, and they ignore the law and behave with impunity. In both of these cases, it is up to the will of the people to choose whether they are okay with this type of leadership. I do hope that any neighbor who is listening to this comment or reading it after the meeting takes time to see how the board deals with this important issue and votes accordingly. Thank you.
Okay, so Art, have we heard from, Barbie Rose, were you going to make a public comment?
Making a public comment for that.
I could not hear that.
I'm sorry, we can't hear you.
I'm not going to make a public comment today.
Okay.
Thank
Okay,
you.
so Bill, at this point, have we identified everybody? Nobody else has popped on?
Hold on one second. Let me double check. Yes, I think we've
Okay.
included everybody to this point.
Okay, well then I'm going to go ahead and close the public comment section portion of this meeting. And Art, I thank you for taking care of that agenda item for me. Agenda item 2, craft fair in Anderson Mill West Park. And that's where Stacy Barrett is going to be. Stacy, I have received, and I hope the rest of the board was able to receive them too. I've received multiple results of surveys, etc., that were done in Valente Hills and Anderson Mill West. I don't know if there was one done on next door or not, but basically the results, that everything that I saw was that it was of the people who took the time to respond to our survey or ask their opinion, the response was overwhelmingly positive. So I'm going to bring this back to the board. The idea was that at the last board meeting, we decided to delay our decision for a week so that we could get some feedback from the community, and the feedback we're getting is it's a positive thing. And so I would like to, what do we need to do then? Bill, do we just have a resolution that we're going to support this craft fair on December 5th? What do we need to do?
So under the park rules, this would require board approval for the event.
Okay.
And I think last time we talked about waiving the $250 annual event fee.
Yes.
In the park rules.
Okay.
So that's essentially what the motion would be, to approve the event. And you might want to restate the description of the event and the date. So we get that in the motion.
Okay, and Stacy, tell me again what the name of the event is. It's the Light something.
Be the Light Craft Fair.
Okay, Be the Light Craft Fair. Okay, I move that the WTCMUD1 approve the Be the Light Craft Fair on December 5th. Is that the right date?
Yes.
On December 5th in the Anderson Mill West Park, and that we waive the annual $250 annual fee. Is that explicit enough, Bill?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Could I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay. Do we have anything else to discuss about this? I know that, Stacy, do you have any idea how many people you've got, vendors who are interested in participating?
I haven't been able to keep count, but I have gotten a lot. I mean, number wise, keeping distance and everything, we're looking at 50 or 60, but I went to an event last week. It's just a little neighborhood thing. I've got people that are giving me their cards, giving me their numbers, sending me emails, wanting to know as soon as it is approved because they're
Okay.
going to.
Okay, do we have a limit as to how many vendors we think that we can accommodate with our spacing regulations, et
On the
cetera?
map and doing the spacing, which of course we're going to keep them, 10 feet apart between the booths. So that way there's plenty of room, not just for the vendors, but also for the visitors. Like I said, we were looking at 60, give or take,
Okay.
using the map and everything and laying that out like I showed you last week. But of course, I know it's usually everything is 6 foot distance, but I want to keep it a little further apart.
Okay. So we're looking at you, and you think you're going to be able to accommodate 60 vendors? You've had 60 vendors who have expressed.
Oh yeah, and I've got a long list of others. Everybody is, if they are interested in it, they're telling me, then they're also passing the word to others. And so I'm getting, it's not going to be a problem. I'm going to the Glen High School event for the fundraiser that's next month, a couple weeks.
Okay.
And she even told me at my booth, she told me, hand out flyers, pass the word around. And
Okay.
so yeah.
Okay. So is there going to be a Facebook page or something like that for this event that you're going to be putting together?
Yes, I'm going to work on getting that together. I'm one of those, I may let my husband help me. I got my Crazy Stacy jelly up, so I guess if I can do that one, I can do the other.
Well, okay. So the reason I'm asking is because I want to make sure that that we get word out to, I'm assuming that that we'll have the MUD Facebook page up in time, and then we've got neighborhood Facebook pages, and I want to make sure that all of these that your Facebook page for this event gets boosted on the other local pages so that this is a successful event for everyone. Because we're trying to create an event that's helpful for our local entrepreneurs, so to speak, and then to create an event that can be, that hopefully if it's successful, that we can do it again next year.
Yes.
So
yeah, I mean, I've got on my Facebook, Crazy Stacy's Jelly, Cedar Park and Anderson Mill West, or Cedar Park Women's Group, sorry, I had a brain bubble. So I've sent that out and I've got multiple responses, even those saying, let me know if it goes through, I want a booth. And I've even had, he's one of my neighbors, and he didn't only state that he will attend, said he'll talk about it on his podcast and get video of it while he's there.
Okay.
So that's just a few of them.
Okay. Now, are you going to is there going to be any kind of like electrical requirements that this event is going to need?
Not that I know of so far. And the thing is we're going to do it during the day. So it is not going to be taking place at night where there has to be, and we'll just cross our fingers and hope it's not freezing cold. Everybody
Yes.
But
cross your fingers.
Yeah, good. That's definitely. But no, as far as, and the only thing is we don't know yet because we've had the word out, maybe have somebody come out and play some music or something. So that would be,
well, if we're gonna have music, we can, we can accommodate that at the pavilion.
Yeah.
What I was more concerned about was any of the vendors going to have electrical needs, because I was more concerned about that.
Not that I'm aware of, and we don't want electrical outlets all over the place.
Right, exactly.
I don't want anybody tripping over them and that kind of thing.
Okay, so Mackenzie, can you make arrangements for the trailer, the sign trailer to be put up as another visual for this event?
Yes.
Okay. And does anybody else have anything to contribute to this conversation?
I have a quick question.
Sure.
So Stacy, so you said that the vendor fees are going to go to a nonprofit organization after you guys pay for like flyers and stuff. What about the pavilion fee? Because I think it's $60. Are you guys going to have an issue paying that $60 for the pavilion fee? Can we possibly waive that bill since most of it's going to a nonprofit organization, or what can we do about that?
Well, it is required by the rules, so it would take a board waiver of
Okay.
any fee.
Okay. So should I go? I'll go ahead and amend my motion to waive the annual 250, and then for this year only, we're going to waive the pavilion fee.
Sure.
So I think, Jana, what we should probably plan on doing is addressing the going back over the parks, the park rules to look at this $250 fee, because this fee really wasn't aimed at this kind of event. So we're going to have to decide how we want to reorganize that.
Right.
But
okay.
yeah. But next year we'll charge the pavilion fee, which should be a non-starter. Okay. Art or Beth, or Chris, do you have anything that you wanted to say?
I'm excited. I think it's going to be great. So Stacy, I wish you a lot of luck. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Thank you so much.
Catherine, you need to get a second on your amended motion.
Oh yeah, I need a second on my amended my adjustment to my motion.
I'll do that. Yes.
Okay. Art, Chris, you have anything to say before I call the vote?
Nope, don't have one.
Okay. Well, then I will go ahead and call the vote. I like your thing, you Stacy, where you said bubble. I usually never mind. I usually call it a brain fart, but never mind.
I have those too. This is in a different situation.
Okay, I'm going to call the vote. Beth, say yes.
Yes. Yes. Sorry.
Art.
I'm mute.
Yes.
Jana.
Yes.
Okay. I vote yes. And how about you, Chris?
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to have a craft fair on Saturday, December 5th. Mackenzie, I'm going to have you coordinate all of the necessities with Stacy, and hopefully by the 10th of November, all of the details will be in place, and we'll have Facebook pages and a sign trailer going and something on the website, and we're all going to pray for 70-degree weather.
Yes, please. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Yes. No more
Okay.
wind.
Okay. Agenda item 3, First Amendment to the operations.
Thank you, guys. Sorry.
You're welcome.
Thank you so very much.
That's fine. Agenda 3, First Amendment to the operations and maintenance agreements between the district and Inframark.
Yeah, so Catherine, just as an introduction, items 3 and 4 essentially go together.
Yes.
And I'll allow Christy Hester to present them, but I will let you know that we were able to review the documents with Council for Inframark, and they accepted the changes that I recommended. I think the management company previously reviewed it, and I sent the new changes to management committee, so they'll probably have something to say as well. But perhaps
Okay.
Christy Hester could present these as to what's intended by the amendment and the accounting services agreement.
Good afternoon. Yes, so I explained quite a bit last month or last week's board meeting, the changes. As you guys recall, prior to this last amendment that we made to our contract where we went with dedicated staff, we had two separate contracts. One was an operations maintenance contract and a separate contract for accounting. So basically what we're doing here is we're pulling back to that same concept and pulling the accounting scope of our services out of the operations and maintenance scope. And it's a separate contract. And part of that reason is Michael is moving to a new department where he has a staff of 25 plus people to support him. And they'll be moving over to a new platform. So he's super excited about that. And what I had mentioned last week as well is there's no changes in the amount. So it's basically deducting $2,500 from your O&M contract and putting that into your accounting contract. So with that, if there's any questions on the language and the terms, I'll be happy to answer those along with Bill's help because I don't have them in front of me.
So is there a COLA in this contract? Because I know that the operations contract had a COLA in it. So is the accounting contract going to have a COLA in it too?
Yes, yes, it does.
Okay. And so is it basically the same COLA, same calculation? Is that how it's going to work?
Yeah, I think it's based on the same price index.
Okay. Now, okay, so Christy, this is me asking for a warm fuzzy. It is your intention that as part of your company that you want to continue doing the accounting, because I want the accounting to be done by the same person who's handling the rest of our services.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. And so the amount of money that you're receiving is sufficient in the contract to continue providing this service, correct?
Yes,
okay.
that's correct.
Okay. Okay. Does anybody else have any questions to ask?
Well, Catherine, the management committee might have some comments or recommendations.
Okay. But that's Chris and Art?
Correct.
Yes, it is. I don't have anything. We reviewed it last week and I was fine with the way it was written and the execution, the terms. Chris, you have anything to add?
Yeah, I thought we answered all the questions of the last board meeting.
Yeah.
All the changes are for the better, as far as I'm concerned. He gets all that additional assistance, so it's not just him doing the books. Sounds good to me.
Okay. And Bill, would you like to highlight some of the recommended changes that you made that were accepted by Infomark?
Well, basically, the accounting services agreement, the way it was drafted, the initial draft had some terms and conditions that were not the same as the current contract. For example, the insurance coverage and some of the provisions on payment and so forth. So basically what I did is go through it and make those match what they currently agreed to. And
Okay.
those were all accepted by Infomark.
Okay. So it just sounded like vernacular and verbiage.
Yeah, I mean, some of them were significant I thought the insurance coverage was significant.
Oh, okay. Okay, the requirements you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. So why doesn't somebody from the management committee make a motion then?
So we probably ought to do separate motions on the items.
Okay.
Go ahead, Chris.
Well, what are the separate motions?
Okay, so the first one is going to be to accept the amendment to the O&M contract between the district and Infomark.
Okay, I make a motion that we accept the O&M contract amendments as proposed by Infomark.
Okay.
And I'll make a
Can I get a
motion.
second?
to accept the accounting services.
Let's finish one. Let's do one at a
Oh,
time.
yeah, sorry.
So give me a second. How about that? Give me a second.
I thought I did, but I'll give you a second again.
Yeah. Okay. So we've got the motion and we've got a second. Was that sufficient there, Bill?
Yes.
Okay. So is there anything, Beth or Jana, that you wanted to add?
I can't think of anything.
Okay.
I cannot think of anything either. It's fine.
Okay. Okay, I'll go ahead and call the vote. Chris,
Yes.
Art,
Yes.
Beth,
Yes.
Jana,
Yes.
and I vote yes too. Okay, so then the second motion we need is,
For the accounting services.
yeah,
correct?
okay, this is agenda item 4. So we're going to need a motion to accept the separate agreement for accounting services between the district and Infomark.
I move so.
Okay, somebody give me a second.
I'll second.
Okay. So do we have any other comments to make about breaking this contract out?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't have any.
Yeah. Okay. We'll go ahead and call the vote. Why don't I move up here so you can actually see me? Beth?
Yes.
Okay. Art?
Yes.
Jana?
Yes.
Chris?
Yes.
And I vote yes too. Okay. Agenda item 5, district insurance coverage.
So we put this on the agenda. I think Infomark was going to look for proposals. I'm not sure we have any to review tonight.
Right.
Mackenzie, you're on the call?
I am, and that is correct. We don't have any to review yet because we have not received any, but the majority of this week has been spent communicating with 2 different companies to get quotes. One is obviously the one you had recommended, Catherine, and we've been communicating with them and they're preparing a quote. And then we also have another one lined out that is working on a quote as well.
Okay. So, so just so we know, the I recommended that we contact the Texas Association of Counties because I know that they wrote a specific PO policy for elected officials. And I know that an awful lot of that coverage also does cover lawsuits against public officials, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm hoping that that will be a possibility of a form that will provide better coverage than the current one in force. So at this point, I guess this is going to be a continuing agenda item, Bill, until we get something to actually discuss. And hopefully we'll have something at the next board meeting.
Right.
In November. Okay. So
I have a quick add-in to that.
Sure.
So when Art and I were talking to Michael about this, he said it's really not a surprise. It's not really that big of a difference when, because a lot of other MUDs don't go with TML because they're, I guess, not for profit. Is TML not for profit, or what is it called?
Just Texas Municipal League, and if I remember correctly, TML is a risk management pool, which is just like the Texas Association of Counties. So they're sort of like a insurance pool, and their specific target is public entities, cities, counties. They are, TML and the Texas Association of Counties compete in some arenas. So I actually asked Mackenzie, I said, go ahead and have them have the Texas Association of Counties, give us a quote for everything that we have, because I know we've got general liability and we have property coverage. I know that we have property coverage with TML.
Mm-hmm.
What I don't know, and maybe somebody can tell me, is do we have workers' comp coverage for our constables because they're W-2 employees?
Michael said we did.
Okay. Well, then that means that the Texas Association of Counties can also provide us a quote on that. I'm just really irritated that a coverage document specifically designed to cover the elected officials basically is not providing us with any kind of coverage. So I'm willing to move everything that we have to a company to have it all in one spot, and if they can provide us better coverage. Okay, so is there anything more to discuss about our insurance situation? Okay.
Nope.
I'm
Catherine, at this time, I recommend we go into executive session
yes, that's
on
exactly
items 6, 7, 8, and 9.
yes.
Do you have the announcement?
Yep, I've got it right here. The Board of Directors will now go into closed session for consultation with the district's attorney pursuant to section 551.001 551.071 of the Texas Government Code regarding agenda items 6, 7, 8, and 9.
All right, so Catherine, I think we have all the board members back. I've started the recording. Could you read the announcement coming out of executive session?
Sure. The Board of Directors has concluded its closed session. As returning to the open meeting, no action was taken during the closed session. Okay. I'm going to jump back to, was it agenda item 8, resolution regarding payment?
Number 6 first.
Oh, number 6? Okay. Number 6, agenda item 6, cause number 2 SC 200338 Baroth and Yusha versus Williamson County WTCMUD1 District 1. Okay. I need somebody to make a motion to accept the engagement letter.
I make a motion to accept the engagement letter for special counsel for the litigation.
Okay. And can I have a second, please? Okay, thank you, Chris. Okay, do we have anything else that we need to discuss about accepting this engagement letter?
Nope.
Okay, well, I'll go ahead and call the vote then. Beth?
Yes.
Art?
Yes.
Jana?
Yes.
Chris?
Yes.
And I vote yes too. Okay. Agenda item 8, is that the next one, Bill?
Yeah, we don't have any action on 7, so you can go on
Right.
to 8.
Yeah. Okay, agenda item 8, resolution regarding payment of defense costs for directors. Somebody needs to make a motion.
Who's making the motion on that?
I think
Should
you
I?
were going to do it.
Say that again?
I think you were going to do it. Do you have it
Okay.
up in front of
I
you?
make a motion with the resolution regarding the payment of the defense for the defense costs for the directors.
Okay, so you have a really nicely worded resolution here. Bill, do we need to read that into the meeting?
No, the motion incorporates what's in the packet. It's in the packet. We do need a second to the motion.
Okay.
I'll second.
Okay. Okay, so do we have any more discussion about this resolution? No more discussion, guys?
No.
Okay. Yeah, we talked a lot about it in executive session. Okay, I'll go ahead and call the vote then. Beth?
Yes.
Art?
Yes.
Jana?
Yes.
Chris?
Yes.
And I vote yes also. Okay. I need somebody, agenda item 10, to make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
Okay, I'll say, somebody seconds, and I'll say aye.
Aye.
Second.
We need somebody to second the motion.
Second. And
I'll second the motion.
okay, and let's all say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, I will see you guys at the next meeting.
Thanks. Okay.
Thank
see
you,
then.
Art. I
Have a good
appreciate
month,
you taking
everyone.
over number one.
You too.
Oh,
Good
no
weekend.
Okay.
worries.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye-bye.